Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, June 24th. Looking at Window Trader's market profile of ES and NQ. You know what? Pretty interesting day for a day that I initially started off with some very strong tempo to the upside. And then late in the day, this is why we call Mo, the big guy, the Three Stooges who have been underperforming lately. But Mo ends up in ES, pulling value from overlapping a higher to unchanged in the last minute of the day. Low point of control. They lowered volume POC. And they have an outside day down. NQ, back in balance on the weekly, down on the daily. Now, I told the room we would not fill that rollover gap without a trend day down that held. Well, they tried to go trend down twice, but never held, and they never filled it. They got close, but didn't fill it. Righty gapped higher and held the gap. Remember, they had a price probe to the upside on Friday. So righty goes out with a 9-wide POC, an afternoon pullback in I, and they held their gap. They're up on the daily. They're up on the daily now, righty. However, NQ is down on the daily. ES is still balanced. Now, some people might call ES just like a balance here, and if we take out today's low, we're down. I've been telling you guys I am using Monday the 17th as my balance low to give the bulls some respect. However, because we went out with a price probe and an outside day down, that doesn't mean I won't be looking for a short if we open below I's low. Now, if we do take out the 17th low, just like NQ, a lot of things will change. They'll be down on the daily, and the weekly would be back to balance, and then we'll start looking to fill this rollover gap. So some things possibly change in here. Okay? Don't forget our all-time highs are still in the overnights. Had a decent day today. This market was interesting early on. I took a long in NQ in A period the first time against the balance low, which worked. Then I took a short in A period when it pushed up against the 144 and it kept going. I took it off for a loss. However, when it came back down again to go get the overnight low, took that and did well on it. Okay, so I was back and forth, first on the long, then on the short side. Made back what I lost on that one short when we got the overnight low in NQ. So I was still up after that with the money I made off the balance low. I did short B period against the wide POC. That turned out to be near the high today, by the way. That worked out. Then in ES, when we filled the single prints, I took a short there. I'm like, let's see if they're going to get acceptance into the upper distribution. Never did. So I basically got close to short in both highs of the days. So that was nice to see that. Then in B period, I started long in the ebb and flow in NQ because they were one-time framing up and did okay on that. Then in C period, I took the short to stop the one-time framing and to get the IB low. Those both worked out. Then I took one again and it went against me. And I took that off. Still made money in the time frame, but gave back some. In D period, I shorted NQ against both the 144 and the opening. It worked. It did get above the opening, but it worked. Now, in G period, I thought we had a decent chance for an afternoon pullback in ES. And the reason for that was value had gone totally higher by that point. We had raised POC. And we were still looking for the IB, and we had the overnight high. I thought the odds to get the IB high were decent. Now, not in NQ, but certainly in ES, so that was wrong. But anyway, I did long G in ES and NQ thinking these could be afternoon pullbacks. And I lost on both of them. Not huge, but I lost. Then in I period, I took another long in ES after it took out the IB low finally. And actually, I took the long before it took it out. Then it took it out. I didn't add. I was in and out. I added a couple of times. I was in the trade for about an hour and a half. ended up making like 10 points on it. I finally got out of it in K. I started in I. Finally got out of it in K. Made about 10 points total. And then I really thought we might have a chance to at least test half back, if not try to go back to POC, since they failed with getting any pressure to the downside. But that turned out not to be the case, and I didn't do anything after I got out of that long. A little surprised the way we price probe to the downside in ES, but we did. Less surprised in NQ because they were having a lot more trouble all day. I mean, NQ was down on the day over 1%. ES, we were only down like 0.3%. So definitely not a surprise in NQ, more in ES. So it was a decent day. Look, I hope we're going to start getting some volatility. The movement we had in A, B, and C today was pretty good. Then we flatlined, but then it got more aggressive again. Then we flatlined, and then M period did its thing. Now, does this mean you should go home short? No. However, it does mean we got within $2 of testing, balance high, and more importantly, we rolled value over and we had an outside day down with a price probe. So any opening below J's low from today in ES and K's low in NQ, and I'm looking for nothing but shorts. However, if it's a case of just the bull, M period doing its thing, and we open above J low and above K low, well, then things really aren't much different. And then you better have your hard hat on because there's nothing inside of today's range in ES or NQ for that matter, except the day's highs and lows if we get above the base of the price probes. Okay? Destinations, ES, today's high is 58.50. Today's low is 22.50. Our price probe, the price probe is 22.50, and today's low is 14.50. And SPY, today's low is 542.63. Now SPY took back that whole trend day because they are $1.75 ahead of ES because of the dividend. So they ended up in the lower distribution. Their price probe is 543.42, and today's high is 546.95. And then chart-wise, I'm going to show you quickly ES and NQ. So here's ES. So to me, it's a 5-day balance. Last Monday is the low of it. Okay? Thursday is the high of it. Where's the 20? 536.19. Okay. And then in NQ, though, and triple Qs, it changed. Balance on the weekly. ES didn't take out last week's low. Now, how big is the balance? Today's only Monday. If we only don't get much more down to the downside, I'll call it a 2-week balance. But if we eat away a lot more into this week, we'll call it at least a 3-week balance. And the daily is now officially down. Hope you had a good day trading. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. I'd love to have you come and check out camelbacktrading.org. Go look at my new website and check us out. Enjoy your evening, and we will speak prior to the opening tomorrow.